Wow.
Oh, there we are.
Good evening and welcome to About the Valley. And this week we're right over in the Blackstone Valley Shops,
Yes.
right here off of 146 in Millbury. And we're in front of the Orange Salon and with us in orange chairs.
Ah, yes,
Yeah,
indeed,
how's
yes.
that, huh? Paul Lemieux.
Yes.
And Paul is the owner of the Orange Salon.
Yes. Thanks for having me. Thanks
Yeah.
for me being in your homes.
And what I wanted to get into, if you read Paul's bio
Oh, God.
on the web, no, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
You worked over in London.
No, I went to London for a lot of education.
Oh, you
yeah.
had your,
Yeah, I
oh,
liked going to London. Sassoon in London is probably the best education in the world.
wow.
And
Oh,
back-
Salon.
Yeah, and back then, actually, when I first started going, it was different than it is now, the business. And it was the professionalism and treating the field like it was art was so inspiring. So I used to go and take classes in the summer there, and there were big shows almost every year. And Sassoon was very instrumental in creating new styles that were used in Fashion Week around the world.
Yes.
And you'd meet the people who got together and created these teams that created these styles. So it was fun. It was really fun.
Wow.
Yeah, and it expanded my my appreciation for the industry.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite an experience. Just living in London is a great experience.
Yeah, yeah. So it wasn't living there. I was spending maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks sometimes, depending. And then just take the train to Paris. Why not?
Yeah, that's the thing too. I mean, right there in Europe.
Yeah, the most of the travel I've ever had in my life has been associated with work, and it's a really exciting thing I try to encourage with my staff. There are global events that we try to go to. This coming October, there's an event called Color Zoom in Amsterdam. So I'm trying to bring as much of my staff as possible.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's a great thing. There are hairstylists from all over the world who compete. We're not competing, but you get to see, again, new styles, interesting things.
Yeah.
And, you can just take the train to another little city while you're there in Europe. Why not?
Are the Europeans more advanced on us on hairstyling?
It used to be. It used to be, but the internet and social media has changed everything. There's so much more education now, more easily available for kids who are starting out. So I'd say we're probably the same now as far as that goes. But 20 years ago, going to Europe, you're going to see fresher things for sure.
Well, I know the concept originated in Europe.
Of doing hair or hairstyling?
Of salons.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know a ton about the history of doing hair before Sassoon,
Right.
But yeah, sure, probably.
Well, because it was a royalty.
Oh, you mean true hairdressing? Yes, the
Yeah.
real word hairdressing. Yes, where they would, oh God, they'd put fruits and birds and things in the hair,
and not just the women, the men.
yeah, powdered wigs. Sure. Yeah, that's a long time ago. We don't do that. We add hair. We add hair extensions. That's becoming more and more popular.
My granddaughter got a hair extension.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more popular. Different types of techniques. We do 3 or 4 different types of hair extensions. It's really fun, that immediate gratification of the short to long. People get very excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this hair looks so real.
It's real hair. It's Remy hair. It usually comes from Asia or India.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's processed.
But they have wigs now.
Yeah.
That look so much like real hair, you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, well,
Well, you could because you're into the business.
Yeah, but sometimes on TV you can and can't. But yeah, they're usually lace front wigs, which when you're on camera, the lace is covered with makeup. You can't even see the blend. Yeah, they look very real. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of guys in media, in the movies, a lot of celebrities don't have real hair anymore. You'd be surprised.
Oh.
And I don't know if I can get in trouble for mentioning names, but a lot of very, very popular leading men, they have a lot of the pieces up top and they look really real. It's very hard to tell the difference.
Well, yeah. I tell you, it's amazing what they can do today.
Yeah, it's a fun business. It's great to make people look and feel better.
Now, your expertise is really into coloring, isn't it?
Yeah, for the salon, we are very heavily supported by Goldwell, which is a global company. That's the event we're going to. And they help us with a ton of very, very high quality education. We send people to New York, their academy in New York for different things, and they come and they support us in Salon. They bring guest artists again from around the world, so it's great. It's great to have a partner like them. They help us with some advertising sometimes. They're great. Yeah.
Now, they're not into are they into the colors? I mean, I'm seeing people going around with green hair and.
Yeah, the party colors, the crazy colors are more
Okay,
popular
party
now.
colors.
Yeah, they're more popular now than they've ever been, and every hair color company has had to jump on the wagon for that. Yeah.
I don't understand. I'm kind of probably conservative. I don't understand why you want to have color like that, but it seems to be quite
Young
popular.
young
Yeah.
people, it's very popular. It's fine. It's not my cup of tea, but sometimes it is beautiful. Sometimes it's really beautiful.
If it's done properly.
If it's done well, that's the thing. 10 years ago, there's always been this kind of color, but you'd see kids with destroyed hair and they'd buy bleach and then they'd color it with Kool-Aid.
Oh my God.
And then they'd come into the salon to try to have it fixed, and oh, what a disaster.
Oh.
So now that there are better quality professional products available,
What do you
it's
do in a
better.
situation like that? Cut it and let it grow back, or?
you should take a test strand to see what's going to happen. But you have to lighten it if you can, or tint it back if you can, or cut it if you have to. Yeah.
Yeah, cut it and then let it grow out.
It's a really big thing in our business of trying to get people to understand realistic expectations. And sometimes the younger they are, the harder that is. And they want these crazy colors and they can't have them. And they ruin their hair trying to do it. But that's a small portion of the business.
Yeah, you can ruin your hair very easily by doing the wrong things to it, right?
Yeah. So if you don't color your hair the right way or in the gentle way, you can burn your hair very easily. Yeah. And you can, I encourage people's creativity. I think I've said this to you before. I don't encourage it with your hair, your own hair, no.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm up there in age, and I remember when I was a teenager, peroxide was the big thing.
Oh yeah, peroxide, people putting lemon sun in their hair in the summer, things like that, yeah. Don't do any of that.
Peroxide is a caustic chemical.
Well, it's a necessary chemical. It's part of the coloring process, and it's controlled, and it's relatively
but if you
gentle.
use too, I mean, it's
if we
caustic,
use
so
it,
if you use too much of it,
yeah,
you can really do some damage.
yeah, too much of anything, I suppose. But there are specific formulas with the right chemicals for
Right.
a certain amount of time where the hair is colored gently. That's the right way to do it. But when people are buying box color at home and overlapping every single time, no, not successful.
I mean, you want to promote your business, but actually, it's the safest way is to go to a salon.
Yes. You really should not. For the most part, people shouldn't color their own hair because of overlapping of the chemicals, knowing what's going on.
I mean, the stuff's available out there in the supermarket and the
Yeah.
department stores, but look at industry's going to give you whatever you want.
Yes, right.
Not
The
whether
demand
it's
is
good
there.
for you or not.
Yeah, I mean, there are the companies now that you can go online and order hair color over the internet. That's frightening.
Yeah, and you probably don't even know who you're getting it from.
Well, I think they know who they're getting it from, but there's no expertise of no one looking at the head of hair.
Yeah.
And, people get lucky sometimes. The first time they put it on, it looks okay. The second, third time, it starts to be not so much. And I think people fool themselves into thinking it looks good in the mirror. It doesn't.
Yeah. Well, you want it to look good, so you make it. Like you say, you fool yourself.
Yeah. So the difference between professional hair color and coloring your hair at home is we use the most gentle process possible. We create the color using one chemical. We refresh fadage with a much more gentle, almost conditioning treatment. And what's really important is for a experienced professional to tell somebody, I don't think this is going to be good for you. And you don't get that on a box.
No.
Yeah.
And also, going in and having it done,
Mm-hmm.
it's a relaxing experience.
It should be, yeah. I mean, it is at our salon. If I say our chairs are relaxing massage chairs, they recline. Our chairs massage your back while you get your hair washed.
Uh-huh.
Every client, when their toner or their conditioning treatment is processing, we give everyone a hand and arm massage. We bring all kinds of beverages if anybody wants. We try to make a very relaxing environment. We try to respect that, people choose to do something nice for themselves. This is where they choose to spend their money, and we want to make it as comfortable and relaxing experience as possible, and make you look great. Good hair is a given.
Yeah, because you can spend a long time getting your hair done, right?
Average hair appointment's 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah,
An hour and a half would be very fast. That's for color and a cut.
yeah.
You can be in and out of the salon in 45 minutes to an hour for a haircut, but most people for color, it's 2 to 3 hours. Yeah.
Now, do you have any men coming in?
Yeah, we definitely have guys.
I've heard that,
Yeah.
a lot of men are going to salons now because
Yeah.
they want to get a special cut.
Yep, they want a haircut that looks good. That's we use clippers. Barbershops use clippers, but often you'll see guys getting fast haircuts without much care being put into them. And so when guys come into our salon, we look at them. We look at their face. We listen to them, and then guys get color too.
Yes, I was going to say, but
Yeah.
you actually can shape their hair to fit their face.
Yeah, that's a big thing for women, but it's a thing for guys too.
Yeah.
And it takes years off guys the same way it takes years off women.
Yeah.
A good haircut, And a bad haircut can be just as unfortunate on a guy as it is on a woman.
Right. And you just got to wait till it grows back then.
Yeah, it's easier on guys. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
That's why women are more nervous.
Yes.
Yeah. If you think about how long hair is and it grows about 6 inches a year,
Yeah.
there's more at stake. Yeah.
I remember when I first going out with my wife, that was over 50 years ago,
Mhm.
she would iron her hair
Yeah.
to keep
Yeah.
it straight.
Yeah, that never went away.
Oh, you still do that?
Oh God, yeah. What's very popular right now is you see waves and curls and things, but people that have curly hair, they
Yeah.
flat iron their hair for sure. Yeah, and then that comes in and out of fashion. The super flat hair like ABBA in the '70s.
Yes.
Late '70s, early '80s. That was hugely popular around 2000, 2001. Again, we started doing these Japanese thermal reconditioning treatments for straightening the hair, like stick straight. What's more popular now are called keratin treatments. There's a bunch of different brands, but it's a treatment where keratin is applied to the hair, heat's applied, it's ironed, and it's a protein that sits on the surface of the hair, and it stops the hair from getting frizzy, and it makes it dry faster, it makes it easier to style. That's really popular in the industry right
How
now.
often do you have to have that done to keep it that way?
That can be 8 to 12 weeks, depending on how often.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, depending on how often you wash your hair, and
Yeah.
it's super popular. It's much more gentle than the chemical straightening processes, so it's one of the biggest changes in our industry, I'd say, in the past 10 years, and super popular.
Wow.
Yeah.
I used to tell my wife when I was going out with, aren't you afraid to burn your head?
Yeah,
I mean, using an iron,
that happens.
Yeah, I was going to say you can burn your ear or
Yeah,
something.
no amount of
Those
conditioner.
irons are hot.
No amount of conditioner can help burn hair either. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Gotta
and
be
if you
careful.
keep it on there too long, you're going to burn your hair.
Yeah, using a actual straightening iron, flat iron, is better than actually using the
Yeah.
iron. Yeah. And we always recommend that people don't use it on full temperature. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't fix burnt hair.
No.
Cutting it, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty dangerous as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's more dangerous if you drop the flat iron on the floor and burn your house down. But
Yeah.
but no, I don't. Some of the chemicals that we don't use strong straightening chemicals, but those can be dangerous.
Do you get a lot of people in that screw things up,
Yeah.
and now they come in and say, bail me out?
Yeah, we have a lot of what's called corrective color, and we try to be sensitive to people's budget and time and what they want. People, as I said, don't always have realistic expectations, but we try to help them in whatever way we can. The problem is if someone's getting creative, that's one thing, or if they're trying to save some money and color it themselves, it becomes a more expensive project to fix it, So we try to do what we can, but sometimes those things can take 5 hours.
Oh. So the best advice is don't do it in the first place. Go to the salon,
Yeah.
get it done professionally,
Yes. Yes.
and, it's going to cost you more than the box,
Yeah.
but in the long run, it's going to cost you less.
Yeah, and if we hope you come to Orange Salon, but
Right.
if you speak to your stylist, there are ways to come up with affordable, different ways of doing the hair. You know, if you're forthcoming and say, listen, I don't want to have to be doing this as often, whatever. There are different ways to try different things that aren't as expensive, aren't as time consuming. You don't have to come as often. Yeah.
Now, you're located now in the Millbury shops.
Shops at Blackstone Valley.
Shops at
Yep.
Blackstone Valley. Isn't that a little bit unusual for Salon? I don't recall that many being in a malls type situation.
I think the retail landscape has changed
Yes.
dramatically. And I think that to be in our type of shopping center, you have to be a bit bigger of a business.
Yeah.
And you should hope to be a bit higher end. There are salons in malls, but I would say, well, we're a nicer one, you know.
Right.
It's not the norm.
Well, this is a new concept in malls in Millbury here.
Lifestyle centers, they're called. Yes. Yes.
And if you notice, the closed malls are the ones that are closing, that are
Yeah.
disappearing.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you think about the HVAC system, heating those things, you know,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
the bill on that? I mean, I'm sure they work it into the rent and everything, but, and then I can tell you myself personally, if I'm in a rush, having to navigate myself all the way through the parking lot, all the way through stores, all the way across the mall, it's not attractive to me anymore. Maybe that's an age thing, you know, but I don't want to go shopping at the mall all day anymore.
Yeah, in your case, most of the time, you could park almost right near your door.
You can park right near our door. It's a lot easier to get if you want to go to multiple stores. A lot of our clients like the convenience. You know, they can get
Yes.
their sundries at Target or Kohl's. They can go out to eat, combine an appointment with lunch,
Yeah.
make a day of it with the movies, things like that. It's great. It's great to be in that shopping center. It's great to have the exposure.
And I noticed year round, even in December around Christmas, people like to stroll
They do.
outside.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So that's good for us.
Yeah,
For
'cause
sure.
you get that foot traffic.
Yeah.
It's almost like a downtown village.
Yeah, you know, you're seeing mixed residential mixed into these types of things now too.
Yes.
Not us, but you're seeing that out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's one out in Whalen.
Yeah.
It's all condos, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's the commercial area.
Yeah. I was thinking of Natick,
Yes.
but I'm sure it's happening everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, becoming more popular, and it's a great concept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because and if you live there, God, you got everything right at your doorstep.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. This is maybe slightly off topic, but I think in what they're trying to do, revitalizing Worcester, and you
Yes.
know, the attempts over the years, things haven't quite taken. I think that what we're talking about, mixing the residential
Mixed use.
in mixed use is a recipe for success, you know. I wouldn't mind if they built some condos in our shopping center.
Yeah. In the
Get some more clients to come in for blow dries, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Worcester is going big on that,
Yeah.
especially in the downtown area.
Yeah, I've been approached 3 times this past year to open up in Worcester. We're not really ready to do that. I don't necessarily want to start another project.
Well, you see how many hours you spend now.
Yeah.
do it with
Yeah.
2 locations.
Yeah, no, and I know people that own multiple salons, and good for them. It's great.
Yeah.
But the growth is there in Worcester, as I said.
mean, you got quite a staff right now. You got a number of people on staff.
We've got about
right?
15 right now. I've
Wow.
been up to 23 at one point.
Wow.
But we've got about 15 people right now. Yeah, we're actually looking. We're looking for an assistant if someone just got out of hair school, and I've got a great staff actually right now. Yeah,
Because it's a good sized place.
2,500 square feet, which is for a salon that's big. There are salons that are larger for sure, but 2,500 square feet, 16 stations, 6 color stations, 6 shampoo chairs. We have manicure, pedicure, makeup area. Yeah.
Wow. So you can come. There's not really no wait. Well, you do everything by appointment anyway, right?
Well, we take walk-ins for sure.
Yeah.
You know, the nature of being in that shopping center, we take walk-ins for sure if we can accommodate somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's better to make an appointment, especially with the more complex color. You want to come in for consultation first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you're going to be there for a long time, so you want.
Yeah.
It's a good idea to have it scheduled.
Yes. Yeah. Especially these.
Do you get
longer
many
things.
walk-ins?
Yeah, we do for sure. We in our industry we get I can't think of the numbers right now, but we get far, far, far more than the industry average,
Wow.
for sure. Yeah.
And you're right next door to the theater entrance.
Yeah, the upper, there's two entrances, the upper and the lower entrance, so we're right next to there. We often see people dropping their kids off or whatever there, or they're walking from the movie theater to dinner. You know, so
Yeah.
we get that kind of traffic for sure. And then, which you wouldn't think of, we get people who are traveling, and maybe they've done their business for the day at whatever thing in Worcester they were in, so they come up to the shopping center to walk around, eat, whatever. And then the college kids, Holy Cross buses their students
Oh, really?
to the shopping center, yeah.
Oh, I didn't
think
know that.
Assumption does too. I'm not sure of the other schools, but
Oh, I didn't
yeah,
realize that.
yeah, that shopping center is served by the colleges and things like that. Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's a great concept.
Yeah, we have a lot of Holy Cross kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell of a great and I'm sure they love all those stores that are up there.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah, yeah,
And I know the restaurants cater to the younger people.
yeah. Red Robin, things like that. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
new 110 Grill, which opened up.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah.
Now, a little bit about yourself.
Oh,
How did you ever get into this business? We talked before we went on the air that you
Yeah.
actually were looking to go to medical school.
well, so God, my long and convoluted story. So I studied voice since I was a kid. I sang in church.
Oh,
Really enjoyed singing. So I was bound and determined to go to music school. And my first year of college was for voice. And I think I was just doing too much. I was involved in, I think, 5 singing groups. I was singing in the contemporary church group at the 9:30 Mass on Sundays. And then the 11 o'clock Mass was the more classical choir type stuff. And then in college, I was involved in opera workshop, and I was involved in concert choir, and I was involved in a chamber group. Oh, and then I was involved in another. So I was doing too much, and I think as many kids sort of wash out in their freshman year, I think I needed to be held by the hand and just walk back to school and said, okay, just focus on this. But anyways, so then I went to hair school about a
Yep.
year later because I had always been interested in this industry, and I did that. And then a couple years later, I just knew I wanted to be more educated. I felt a little ignorant. And so I went back to school, and I was taking the things that I enjoyed, and I was very, very motivated. I wanted to be a physician. But after a few years, I was tired of being a poor college student, really. And so what I did...
that is the situation.
Yeah, I was tired of it, and it's expensive. And
Oh, my.
so what I did was I took the work ethic of really focusing on college, right? And I focused on my industry, and I said, where can I go get the best education? Who are the leaders of this industry, right? And I thought, like a young person does, go right to the top, which wasn't maybe necessary. And that's when I started going to Sassoon in London. Back then, I was working with Wella Hair Color, and Wella had these 2 people, Christopher and Sonia Dove. You wouldn't know their names, but they're huge in the industry. And then Redken still has a education center in New York called the Redken Exchange, and these were all the people that were the leaders in the industry. So I tried to absorb as much as I could. I took that work ethic, and I tried to instill that into my staff also. But that changed my life, I have to say.
Were you working in sales for those companies, or?
No. I just was taking classes there. No, I worked in a wonderful salon and day spa up in Newburyport on the North Shore.
No, I'm talking about the Redken and the.
Yeah, no, I never worked for them. I taught for Wella for a little bit, but no, I just took classes with them.
Wow.
They had top-notch education. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's how you got into the salon business.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I redirected my work ethic when I was in college, and I said, okay, how can I learn more doing hair? Because hair school is just a year, and you don't come out of hair school knowing how to be a great hairstylist. You don't.
No, that takes years of experience, right?
It does. Things that we take for granted. Some kids don't know how to talk to people. Things like that.
Yep.
Something so basic as learning how to talk to people, and good communication skills. That's something college helped me with a lot. But a good consultation is everything doing hair.
You're saying exactly the same thing I had. I don't know if you know Pauline Robertson.
I don't know her, no.
Sheer, oh, I forget the last. She has a salon in Westboro,
Okay, yeah.
and I had her on a few weeks back.
Oh, cool.
And she said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And she's actually working on a book on how to open a salon.
Oh, good for her, yeah. That's
And-
not an easy thing either.
No, no, it isn't.
Everyone thinks if it was that easy, everybody would do it. Though, right now, we've talked about this before. Social media is inspiring every single hairstylist to try to open their own business or do their own thing, and it's not for everybody, and it's disrupting our industry quite a bit. I don't know if she spoke about that, but it's disrupting our industry,
No, she didn't,
and
but-
it's great in so many ways to encourage people. It's great.
Yeah.
And again, I mentioned the quality of the education. There's more of it everywhere. That's great, but it is also predatory in its nature, and a lot of people don't really realize that. There's a used car salesman out there trying to sell whatever it is they're trying to pitch to these young people, and so you get the I can't think of somebody else, but the Tony Robbins type, for instance. But he's a very credible person.
Right.
Let's say if there was someone with nefarious intentions who wanted to get $1,000 from you to come to my class to teach you how to do whatever it might be. And,
Yes.
and right now it's be your own boss, control your own career, everything. It's being it's also being promoted by what's called Salon Suites. I don't know if you're aware of that, but there's these buildings that they rent out little cubicles to people who rent the chairs, and those businesses are selling this story that you can be your own boss and do everything. But that can be a lonely life for someone working in a little room by themselves, and if they don't have the clientele to begin with, they
Yeah.
tank quickly, and so those aren't really realistic expectations,
Isn't that common though in the business that you rent a chair to?
It's common for sure, but it's not great. And I'm sure that people who rent would strongly disagree with me and say that I'm biased as a salon owner. But if you want everyone to be on the same page and have camaraderie and a consistent quality of service, and also if you want to get some education to get your salon owner to invest in you, then you're not going to find that in chair rental. You'll find a lot of people who rent chairs, maybe they've been in the business for a while and they think they're going to be able to go do their own thing. And are people successful at it? For sure. But I don't think it's for everyone.
Right. Now,
How's that?
your people all on salary?
My employees are all commissioned employees, yes.
Commission, yeah.
Yes. Some people are salaried. The kids that wash hair and things are paid hourly. But yeah. And we invest a lot in our employees. I mean, I invest a lot in their education,
Well, that's important, Your employees make or break you.
For sure, yeah. And, that can be a roller coaster over the years, We've
Right.
had ups
Well,
and downs with that.
I always said the hardest thing an employer has is hiring someone.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
you-
it's harder right now.
It's a gamble.
Yeah.
Someone comes, they might look great, they might sound great and
Yeah.
everything else, but you don't know until they start working for you.
Right, yeah. And it's harder now because I think the job market, there are fewer people.
Yeah.
And, when we're talking about younger people are great. They've got energy, they've got enthusiasm,
Yep.
but there is an element of unrealistic expectation,
Yeah,
which we have to work with.
They want to make a lot of money right away,
Yeah, and because,
and you can't tell them what to do.
right, and what we can't do is we can't bash them and we can't sort of, make a moral judgment on them. It's what they've been seeing. It's what they see in social media.
Yep.
So they don't know any better. And so sort of bringing people into the fold of reality,
Yeah.
saying you need to put some time in to master what it is that you want to do.
Yeah, that's a good question for you. Do hiring, when you hire young people, you're finding young people today don't have communication skills because they're so involved in social media.
Yeah.
That they're not taught, like you and I sitting here talking, they don't do that anymore.
So, in general, I'd say most applicants are what you're describing. It's not everybody. There are definitely, kids who are articulate, who are more confident, But in general, there's more of a reserve because of inexperience. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they all know how to type.
Yeah. Yeah. They do.
But I see that all the time. Why text? If you want to talk, just call them on the phone.
Yeah.
Talk to them.
So what we've been experiencing, and I know other business owners who have been experiencing this, is that you will get responses to ads you have online or in social media for a job, and you'll line up, say, 5 appointments, 5 interviews in one day, and you might get 2 or 3 maybe kids to show up. They don't even cancel.
They make an appointment and then don't show up.
Yeah, they don't have they don't have the sense of.
Well, there's no responsibility.
Well, it's not just that, but it's the socialization to have a sense of, well, yes, responsibility for sure, but I don't know, respect for others, and I think it comes from a lack of socialization. I don't think that they're value positive or negative. I don't think they know any better sometimes. But that's not everybody, but it's more common for sure.
I mean, that's the worst thing you can do, because someone made an appointment with you. They're giving up their time.
Yeah.
And you got a busy day, especially if you're an employee. You got a busy day.
Yeah.
You're giving up time out of that day, and then that time comes up and they don't show up. What do you do?
Well, I mean, I've always got a million other things I can be doing, but
Yeah, but it's not right. I mean,
no, it's not. No.
You haven't. I plan my days.
Yeah.
And if someone doesn't, keep a schedule with me, it screws me up.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think, what it looks like for these people browsing the ads for employment, whatever, is I think they're on their phone and they type, apply.
Yeah, very easy to do. Just hit the button.
It's very easy.
Yep.
And I mean, there are times when I think people will call at the last minute and give whatever excuse. I think sometimes they just don't want to get out of bed, unfortunately.
What they have to have instilled in them is you never burn a bridge.
Right.
Because you never know when you have to cross that bridge.
Right. I always think of that. I never said that to someone, before, when they do. I'm not going to call somebody up who didn't come and offer them some life wisdom. I'm not going to do that. But
right.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, for sure.
Yeah, because, what if they start a job somewhere else?
Yeah.
And you say, geez, this is not for me. I'd like to check out that orange salon.
Yeah.
And they already told you, didn't show up.
Right.
Well, now they're walking in with a big negative.
Yeah, I'll give somebody a second chance if they own up to it, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The quality is out there. It's just, what's the expression? We're kissing more frogs to find the prince. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I never took an unemployment check, because I always had been able to find jobs. But I always applied and showed up and gave them a day's work.
Yeah. I think we were forced to socialize more, though. We were forced to do more. We didn't have this insulated virtual world on our phone in front of us, with our heads down.
Yeah, now when you go and you're meeting with the employment.
We also didn't have anything fun to do at home, sitting on the computer, whatever it is that, again, not attached to reality, right?
Yeah,
it was different. And TV, I worked 3 jobs at once, more than once in my life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And TV, well, I was a kid, we had about 4 channels on a TV.
Yeah, there is more of everything now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better.
You got the internet, it's got the world.
Yeah. It's funny is I often think about, well, wouldn't it be easier before we had to do with all these things? But you know what? I love my Netflix. I love my Amazon Prime. I love all of that.
I agree. I mean, yeah.
In fact, I should have a package when I get home today. I'm excited about. So.
I'm a big Amazon guy. I mean, it's so nice.
Yeah.
But I buy a lot of CDs from Amazon, because they got such a collection. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, everything.
I find stuff I could never find anywhere else. I haven't been able to find for years. I find it there.
I've started venturing into the opposite end, the more mundane things, like ordering razor blades and things that, instead of having to go to the grocery store, and it just shows up.
Well, we're getting off, but I just like having conversation anyway. That's what we're here to do.
Yeah.
My wife's saying, they're closing a whole 155 Macy's stores or something like that.
Yeah.
She's a big Macy's customer.
But people will always need to get their hair done.
Right. Yeah, yeah, you can't do that online.
No, at least not yet.
But she says, what am I going to do? I says, well, people are buying online. She goes, well, I don't want to buy online. I like to go and see. I said, I
Yeah.
know that, but unfortunately, this is the trend.
I think that, so clothing as an example, I think people are going to know a particular line and they're going to know that that line fits them.
Yeah.
And I think it may inspire more brand loyalty. Maybe. I don't know. I'd rather go shop and try different things on myself, but I don't
Right.
know. We see that in our industry. It has affected the retail aspect of our industry tremendously. But, you know, there's no substitute for a stylist prescribing what you need and showing you how to use it to get your hair to come out the way you want. You know, it's really important. And the internet will never substitute that. Yeah.
You know, I mean, my concern is if I buy something I'm not happy with it, I will say Amazon's got a good return program.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I still got to go through the process.
Right. But you know what? My salon, we have a great return program too. So there we go.
Yeah.
If you try something that was recommended, we take it back. Our manufacturers want to take it back, you know. They stand behind us, we stand behind the products, we stand behind the customers.
That's one thing about going to a salon. You can get a good recommendation on your shampoo,
Mm-hmm.
on things you want to use. You handle makeup too.
Yeah, we don't sell a lot of makeup. There's a Sephora in our shopping center.
Yes.
But we do a lot of
My
makeup.
wife loves that
Yeah,
store.
I love Sephora, yeah. We do a lot of makeup for prom, semi-formals, weddings. We don't sell as much. So if someone's having their face
Oh, so
done,
do they come in and have it done with you?
we do the service, yes.
Yeah.
We sell some products, but we're, you know, nothing like Sephora, no.
Do you make recommendations of what they should buy, or?
The makeup artist may sometimes do that. We usually, if you're having your makeup done for an event, usually you just want to have the lip. If you're a woman going to an event,
Yeah.
you know, if you're drinking or whatever, you want to be able to refresh your lipstick. So that we sell lipstick, lip gloss, things like that. But we don't sell a lot of makeup, no.
I know the cosmetic companies were trying to get men into it.
A lot of younger urban guys
Yeah.
will throw a little bit of makeup on, yeah, and not talk about it too much. I mean, some of them will be all over the map talking about it, but that's becoming more. I don't know if I'd say it's mainstream yet, but yeah, you know, and a little bit of powder or something if you're shiny, why not?
Yeah. My wife always says, "Oh, you men got to make. I have to put makeup on every morning, so I got to shave.
You gotta
It
shave.
doesn't take that long to shave."
Right? Yeah, yeah, that's different. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So you got to be in front of the mirror for half hour or so.
Well, we don't have to blow dry our hair for half an hour, 45 minutes
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
I just comb it and
Though there was a time when I did.
yeah.
Yeah, God, in the 80s, my God, you know. I think that's one of the reasons I knew I wanted to do hair. My God, in the 80s, I used to blow dry my hair, and the bigger the better. Oh, my God. If I had a picture, I could shame myself, but I don't.
Yeah, you know, I came in. Well, I was growing up just when long hair was starting to come in,
Uh-huh.
and I never got a chance to grow it long because I ended up in the army,
Ah, right,
and you didn't have it there.
right.
And
Yeah,
then when I got out, I was getting too old for it.
yeah, yeah. I had really long hair to about here once in college. Yeah.
But that's a lot of work too to maintain.
It's a lot of work, you know, and it's yeah, it's a lot of work. I actually, you know what, it gives me a lot more, I have a lot more respect now for people that have long hair, how long, you know,
Yeah.
to grow it, to maintain it. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, it's the business I'm in, so I mean.
I
I
mean,
like-
there's a lot of men now with long hair seems to be coming back somewhat. I mean,
Oh yeah, it'll
You
never
got- you
go
got
away. I
the,
don't
uh,
think. Yeah.
the what do you call it? The men's bun.
Oh yeah, man bun. Yeah, yeah.
Man bun, yeah.
Yeah.
I see that all the time. I
Yeah.
don't know what I don't. I'd rather have my hair shorter.
Yeah.
Less work.
It's neat to have long hair, though. You know, as I said, I've had it. It's just the work involved, you know. But yeah, as I said, it'll never go away.
Well, if you remember the '60s play Hair,
Oh, of course, yeah.
and there was a line in there. It was a song in there about how in every animal species, it's the male that is the glamorous one,
Oh,
and it's true. You know, you think
I
about
guess
it.
so, yeah. I
The
think
male
of birds,
has the
yeah.
colors,
Yeah,
especially with birds. It's the male
Yeah.
that has all the colors.
yeah.
But in the human species, it's the other way around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they
Interesting.
did I can't think of the name of the song now, but there's a song in there about that. And That
Might be
seems
the
true
song
with
Hair.
us.
Oh God, I sing a few bars I won't know.
But it is true. I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, I always like dressing up
Yeah.
and looking presentable.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of guys, the more they dress down, the happier they are.
Yeah, I think it's nice to dress up. You know, that's one
Yeah.
thing I think the restaurants and things like that have become more casual, you know.
Oh my God!
And that's fine if you're not in the mood, but if there's some, you know, it's nice to dress up once in a while.
I mean, there was when I was growing up, you went to the dance on Friday night, you wore a suit,
Mm-hmm.
or at least a tie and a sports jacket.
Yeah. That's one thing I noticed going to Europe. In general, if you're going out to a nicer restaurant, you know, we get away with it here. If you're going out to a nicer restaurant there, you're going to get looks.
Yep.
If you're not really dressed a little bit. If you wear sneakers to a restaurant, yeah. I mean, you're seeing Americans do it left and right, but
I
they
was
put a
in,
little more effort.
I was in Europe for 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Germany,
Mm.
and I noticed all these men wearing suits
Yeah.
and carrying briefcases to work.
Mm-hmm.
I said, wow, is everybody here working in an office? But you know what it is? They would go to work in factories
Mm-hmm.
with a suit on. They'd get there, they'd put a coverall on.
Yeah.
And in the suitcase, it was their lunch. Attaché case.
Yeah. Yeah.
And especially in Germany, they carried some bread, some meat, and a
Mm-hmm.
bottle of beer.
Ah,
And that's what they took to work.
wow.
And I thought these were all people. I said, oh my God.
Wow.
Then I found out what really took going on.
Interesting. Yeah.
And everybody wore suits.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know if they still dress as much over there. I haven't been there for 50 years, but
I was in Germany once. I really enjoyed it. I'd like to go back. Yeah.
yeah. But I'll tell you, but when I was younger, my father dressed well to go to work, and then when he got to work, he changed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He was a machinist.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But that was not uncommon. Mechanics, everybody,
Mm-hmm.
you dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
If you look back at movies in the 40s
Mm-hmm.
and the 50s, everybody wore suits.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And it's so, you know, people come, bring it back to hair. People come into the salon and dress up, you know, they get their hair done for going out to events to feel better, to look
Yep.
better. And I mean, that's why they maintain their hair, but we do a lot of special occasion hair. A lot of people coming in for blow dries, updos, things like that.
your busy season's going to be coming up because we're coming into prom time.
Busiest time of the year for us is April, May, June, for sure.
Yep.
May, June are usually our biggest months of the year.
Proms, graduation.
All of that, yeah.
Yeah.
In addition to normal hair, but it's not just the people needing their hair done for those events, but they want their hair color fresh, their cuts fresh, you know, in advance of those events. Yeah.
Now, talk about education. My granddaughter goes to Valley Tech,
Mm-hmm.
and she takes cosmology.
Yep.
Am I saying that?
Cosmetology.
Cosmetology.
Yeah. Does she want to do hair?
Cosmology is the study of the stars.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool too.
Yeah, it's close though, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah, she was. I don't know if that's what she's going to do. She wants to go to college.
Yeah. See, that's an interesting thing. I think we talked about that a little bit once before. A lot of the vocational technical schools, the kids that are going to them aren't doing what they go for. And that I would never discourage anybody from college,
Right.
ever. But it does take up the space of maybe someone who really does want to do that.
Jeannie Hebert and I have that conversation all the time.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
I
And what's happened, and I talked to the superintendent over there, Mike Fitzpatrick, I know him quite well. He told me, he says, his problem is he had so many kids that want to go to his school, because it's a good school.
Yeah.
You have to have a way of screening them out.
Mm.
So what they looked at was attendance, grades,
Yeah.
and so what happens, you get the kids that are looking for education,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's what happens. So, and they want to go move on, they want to get
Yeah.
further their education.
Right. And you don't want to discourage that. But,
No.
But something is lost.
Right, but instead of going into, like, my son and my daughter-in-law went there, her parents,
Mm-hmm.
and they went out and worked in their vocation.
Right.
My son now works for Caterpillar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he went to Auto Tech.
Mm-hmm.
But these kids are coming out of Auto Tech, and they're going to work for Ford and Chrysler and GM as engineers. After they go to college, and they get an engineering degree in automotive,
Yeah.
and they go to work for the manufacturers.
Yeah.
You know,
So someone like me who's looking for a quality applicant who went to their
how do you-
program,
yeah,
we've had students visiting in the salon who have just flat out said, no, I don't want to. This is just for hair.
yeah.
I don't want to do hair. I'm
I
going
don't
to go
wanna
off
do
to
this all my
college.
life.
You know, which is, again, I can't discourage that. But I wish that the kids who really did want to do hair maybe had more of an opportunity for those
Right.
those spots. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that one. How to change that?
Well, I think you're going to see it in the fact that, well, of course, in the State of the Union address, the president brought up the fact he wants to see more voc tech in these schools.
Yeah, I think that's a real important thing these days. I might not have agreed with that 10 years ago, but I think it's very important now.
When I went to school, we had that option.
Yeah,
You could go with the voc tech education. It wasn't as intense as you're going to get at a vocational school, but it still gave you some idea,
yeah.
you know, and you could do woodworking, or they had machine shop.
I think the skills maybe are more complex these days. I mean, going forward in the future, maybe being able to work on computers or things like that. Maybe
Yeah.
that needs to become part of the vocational
Yeah,
program. But
this
yeah.
is what they got to do, and
Yeah.
get a, you know, the classical education is necessary, but you need that other as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. And
And the thing is, too, like you say, I mean, these kids going to college, they're not going to work for you.
no, I mean,
you
I
can't
might
afford 'em.
I might get a couple of them who want to work at the front desk or something while they're in school, you know.
Right.
But even then,
But when they graduate from college,
that's not as easy a job as someone might think. You want someone focused on it. Yeah, I'm not going to be paying somebody $200,000 a year to answer the phone. No.
right? Well, you can't. You
And I can't.
I
And I
mean,
can't. No. And I can't.
The money's not there to do that.
No. Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
You know, I tell everybody, all the kids. I told my son, I have two sons. I told both of them, I don't care what you do, as long as you do what you like.
Yeah. I
If-
agree with
If you
that.
can be a janitor,
Yeah.
or you can be a doctor,
Yeah.
but you got to do what you like, because you're going to do that all your life, and you're going to do it for a lot of hours every day.
Yeah. I think that's important. I think that's really
And
important.
they both do what they like.
And I think being encouraged is really important. I have to say, when I was really not young, I don't think I had as much encouragement maybe to do some of the things I really wanted to do. And, you know, I don't blame anybody for anything, but I think it's important to, if someone has a young person in their life, their child or a niece or nephew, whatever, to help them find a way to turn their avocation into a vocation. I
Yes.
mean, maybe that's not true for everything, but you know, it can be, you know. My own personal situation, I'll tell you, my dad had a brother-in-law who was a music teacher who didn't make much money. And that was the narrow view through which he saw me going to my first year of
Yeah.
college. And I, you know, who knows? I was young. I can't blame anything on anybody. But I think a little more encouragement there would have been helpful for me. So in any other field that anybody wants to be doing whatever,
Yeah.
I think nurturing what they want to
But
do.
he taught music because he loved it.
Yeah, and that's important. Happiness. My God.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great to make a lot of money,
Yeah.
but if you're doing something you like,
Yeah.
that's even more important.
How many people do we read about or see that go off in their tech careers usually, if they make the money, to then leave it because they
Yeah.
hate them, and they, you
Right.
know, and good for them, they have the money to go do something else, right? But yeah, you got to do what you
Yeah,
like.
I had a good friend. He's retired now. We worked with GM in Framingham,
Yeah.
and he says, I hated it, but I kept on doing that job because I kept saying, I'm making good money. I'm making good money.
Yeah, and then you're dead.
Yeah, yeah. He fortunately retired, and he's still living,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
still, I mean, he did that for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Myself, now, I wanted to go into broadcasting
Mm-hmm.
and did go to school for it, but
Yeah.
there was no money in it,
Yeah.
so I went into sales. But it's
Yeah.
almost the same. I still went into talking,
Yeah.
and that's what like you see, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy doing.
I bet you can think about, with the knowledge you have now, could you look back and say, I could have monetized that earlier if I knew what I know now. I could have
Oh,
turned that into a revenue stream maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, well, broadcasting is a business that, if, you either make a lot of money or you make no money.
Yeah.
You either get on a good station,
Mm-hmm.
big station where and then your job is never, it's always in danger. They constantly change.
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
program director comes in, you're out, things
Yeah.
like that. And you gotta move a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the only, I kinda liked the military when I was in there.
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't like was being away from home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, here again, I probably could have stayed in there and made a good career,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't like the fact that you have to move every couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I would have liked that.
yeah.
Travel, right?
Yeah. Well, if you could like it, but
Mm.
I'm more of a home guy. I
Yeah.
married a girl right down the street.
Yeah. Right.
So
Yeah.
we both come from the same area.
My dad left the Air Force to go home and help his parents. It was the same type of thing. So
Yep.
yeah.
But the thing is that I was able to find something I really enjoyed, though,
Yeah.
and did it for, almost 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I have dreams about it,
Yeah.
going back and doing it again.
Really?
Yeah, that's how much I miss it.
Yeah. Well.
But, that's what I'm saying. You got to find a vocation that you like. And if you
Yeah.
like your vocation, you're going to do real well at it.
Yeah. If you're passionate about it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so obvious in my industry.
Yeah, you've got to see
It's
that.
so obvious. If someone likes what they're doing and they have enthusiasm, and the clients obviously appreciate,
And that
that's
goes
great.
back to the person you're servicing.
Yeah.
They can sense it.
Absolutely, yeah. And, not unlike other fields, there's so many different ways of being in my industry.
Yeah.
There's people who just do hair for photo shoots, obviously in the salon. There's people who travel to people's houses, people who help do hair for sick people, people
Yeah.
who do, hair for funerals, things like that. It's people who work on cruise ships,
Yes.
people who work at resorts. So
I
it's,
mean, you get into the styling business, and there's so
Yeah.
many places you can go and things you can
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I mean, being a stylist on a cruise ship, I mean, God,
Yeah.
that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I think it would be. I'm sure that they're working a lot, but I think it would be really fun. I'm trying to think of the guy who just did Jennifer Lopez's hair for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name? If I wasn't trying to think of it, he's very popular in social media, and he was thrilled and excited, and wouldn't anybody be at the
I
Super
gotta
Bowl?
wonder though, people of that stature,
Yeah.
they can be tough to work with.
I'm sure they can be. I did.
I don't know how Jennifer Lopez is individually, but I
She
know
always strikes me as a nice person. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I've seen videos of her and him together, and they seem to have a good relationship. She had some hair extensions for that performance, I'll tell you that. But
yeah, you'll catch that.
absolutely. But she seems very, very nice. But what a fun, exciting thing to do the hair for a celebrity for the Super Bowl. I mean,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
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 And get that acknowledgement.
Yeah. Yeah. He's very well known. I wish I could think of his name. Oh well.
Well, when you see the credits run on any of these films or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
the stylist is always acknowledged in the credits.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's been some big people in our industry who a lot of people know, in our hair industry. Yeah. So the sky's the limit, really. I mean, Sally Hershberger is a very big name in our industry, and she's done like Meg Ryan's hair when she's had the shag. When Jane Fonda changed all of her hair, and she got a type of a shag too. She's very, very well-known hairstylist, and now she has multiple salons. And if you follow her social media, she has a great life. She works very hard,
Yeah.
and she plays really hard, and it's a fun. She has a fun life.
Well, if you're working at that level,
Mhm.
you're working hard.
You're working very hard.
Yes.
That's one thing that I think gets lost in all of the social media stuff when we talk about the kids starting out. Anyone who's that successful works their tail off.
Yep.
They do. There's no thought of, I don't want to be here too late, or I want to go to some whatever. They're
That's
just
true
focused
in
on
any
their
field,
business.
any field at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one time somebody said, "Well, Larry Bird is some fantastic basketball player," but you know what? He spends hours upon hours
How long did he? Yeah,
just shooting baskets.
just sitting there shooting baskets. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And Tom Brady the same way.
Oh yeah.
You think he just goes out there on a weekend? No, he's
No.
constant, and all
And the
year
diet
long.
he has to be on, and all of that, yeah.
I mean, these guys work at what they,
Yeah,
and we're talking sports guys, but that's true in any field.
yeah. And a lot of these social media people that are really admired by young people, they spend hours and hours and hours putting those videos together.
Yes.
They're treating themselves as a brand, and they're working their tails off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the more you put into it, the better the quality you're going to get.
yeah. More experience, yeah.
Yeah.
It's exponential, really. The more you do, the more you learn, the better you do, right? We hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's true about anything. If you want to be successful, work hard at it.
Yeah.
Work long, work hard, you'll be a success.
Yeah, be humble. At least,
Yes.
especially in the beginning, be humble. If you're not in receiving mode, if you're professing, I'm great, right? You're not in receiving mode to learn.
Exactly. Yeah, that's got to be especially true for young people getting into your business.
Yeah, I think that would probably be true of any field, but yeah.
When
Yeah.
when you get into the salon, listen to the people there with the experience
Yeah,
and absorb what they're telling you,
yeah,
and then you're going to get better at it.
yeah. You need to check your ego at the door,
Yeah,
and be open-minded and flexible.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, we're running shy now.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's why
It
people
goes
have
so
to watch
fast.
in this business, the clock is everything.
Yeah, it goes so fast.
It does.
Well, in my business it is too, but unfortunately sometimes we don't always run on time. It's kind of a little bit like a doctor's office. Some people take more time than others,
Yeah.
so you hope that people understand, 15 minutes, a lot of people don't matter too much. When it starts to be longer,
Yeah, but what they have realized too, you're giving them your time. You're not rushing them out the door either.
yeah, that you should make sure that they don't feel rushed out the door. Absolutely, yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I go to the doctor. I don't want him looking at me for 5 minutes and saying, "See you later," and I'm charging me $600.
Yeah, yeah,
I want to have a talk and we get over, let's talk about my problem. Let's see what we can do here.
yeah.
Give me your time while I'm here.
That's another whole hour we could talk about how the medical insurance and the medical industry and how all of that's changing, but anyways.
Yeah,
It's
well,
frustrating.
I mean, you don't have doctors doing their own practice anymore. They can't afford it
Yeah.
because of the malpractice insurance and the
Mm,
cost.
mm.
I wonder if that's gonna, that could make it tougher for people. Like, you're a small business.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the day could come when it's just so expensive because of insurances and everything else, as I'm sure you have to carry some kind of malpractice.
Liability for sure, and then
Yeah.
the state of Massachusetts imposes certain taxes because of health care, and
Yeah.
now, as a small business owner, there's
It
always
can make
something
it prohibitive for a small person
Yeah,
to
paid
start a
family leave,
business.
that's a thing now. And those are things that are great to support people, sure, but there's only so much money in any business,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, and if it make it too expensive to open, then the first thing you know, it's all chains that are doing it because they got the big bucks.
Yeah, I know that when some of the healthcare changes happened in this state, my insurance agent told me that some of his clients had to either shut down or move because it became prohibitive for them.
That's a whole subject in itself. I
Yeah.
talked with Jeannie about that the other day.
Yeah,
The healthcare, Massachusetts
Mm.
has the highest healthcare expenses,
yeah,
insurance expenses
yeah,
in the world.
yeah. And people need to be taken care of, so I wouldn't be someone to say, oh, that's horrible and terrible. But finding a different way of paying for it,
Yeah.
I'd be enthusiastic about that. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Paul.
You are
Thank for
welcome.
coming
It's
in.
been a pleasure, and
And
thank you
you can
everybody
see
for
Paul
having me.
right here at the Orange Salon
Thank you.
in the Blackstone Valley Shops.
Yes.
Right off of 140. Everybody in town
Millbury.
knows where they are.
Yep.
In Millbury.
In Millbury. Yep.
Okay, we'll see you next week on About the Valley.